Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Next Up podcast. You know, we like to bring you stuff that's going to be encouraging, empowering, edutaining, and enlightening so that your world can become better. I've got a special guest today that's going to help that happen. None other than my good friend. I think we've been knowing one another now for going on 7 or 8 years, right, Orlando?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
We've
right.
been
My guest,
acquaintances and friends for that long.
and friend. My guest today is none other than Orlando Nelson. Let me give you my introduction of the guy. When I met this dude at our chamber meeting, and there was about 30 or maybe 40 of us there in the room, this guy blew me out of the water so much to where I'm like, hey man, just stop talking. I need to go home and get my business straight. He stirred me up so much, you all. And I'm telling you, he is one of the people that has stirred me to the point, excited me to the point I couldn't hurry up enough to get out of the space, get home, and go to work putting into practice what this man had taught that particular day. I believe you're going to feel somewhat the same as you listen to my guest, Orlando Nelson. Orlando, man, it's been a pleasure. We've been waiting on this moment, and thank God it has finally come.
Yes, sir. Thank God it is. Yeah, we've been working to get together for a while now, and with your busy schedule and a lot of the things that I'm doing, we're finally, other than when we're partnering, doing other business things because we do other projects and other ventures together. But I feel very privileged and honored to for you to ask me to come to your podcast here because I know what a elevated gentleman you are, and so it's a great honor to be able to come to your show and be able to give whatever I can offer to not only help everyone out there, but also definitely help benefit my friend and business partner.
Well, man,
So thank you.
you have greatly done it. You know, something, Orlando, I learned some years ago that there are places and spaces you go in life. Some of those you can't dress yourself up. Someone else has to get you ready, has to get you dressed up. Well, we know it from the principle of children being born into the family. The
Right.
father has to dress them up physically, but
Yes.
emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually as well. Man, you helped us get dressed. I didn't realize how naked I was.
That's funny that you put it that way.
Business. I don't know if you remember Gummer Powell years ago.
Yes.
Powell, Sergeant Carter, they were with their girlfriends and they went out to this party. And Powell had picked out these outfits, man. And they got up and started dancing with their girlfriend. And lo and behold, it was such a raggedy outfit. Cameras with all their rear end out.
They was exposed.
I felt like sitting in your class.
Right, right.
I don't want to get up. I don't know if my rear end is out or not. But tell us about the area of expertise that I'm excited to about. That what is that area of expertise?
Well, as he said, my name is Orlando Nelson. My company is Investment Network Financial Offices. We've been in business now for going on about 40 years. Last 35 years or so, I specialize my expertise in teaching and showing people all over the country, all over the world, to how to live the corporate lifestyle. I advise on how to build corporate profiles, proper compliance for funding, been a financial consulting across the board from insurance to auto license to uh, all types of in different areas over the last up to last 40 years. But about 30 years ago, I was blessed by the grace of God, number one, to be introduced to some gentlemen, there's three of them, that introduced me to corporate credit, not business credit, corporate profiles. Okay, corporate profiles. And it changed my life. It changed as a young man in finance. I was fortunate enough to start my first official business at 23, but even as a young man, it made no sense to me how an individual could own a skyscraper. That didn't make any sense. How does a one person own a bridge, a shopping mall? You get what I'm saying? Or a subdivision? You mean to tell me what? That makes no sense. So over the years, that just stuck with me. So in finance, I always was fascinated by not so much math, because it was not very good at math, but numbers and systems and money, the way that tool, the way that instrument works I was always fascinated about it. So once I was introduced to these gentlemen and they turned me on to corporate credit, they introduced me to the fact that understand that no one's ever built wealth under their personal credit, and no one ever will.
Now that was the first thing when you were teaching that to us that day. I'm like, huh? What? Man, this all we've known to do was to use our personal credit.
Yeah.
This guy saying, stop putting your social security on these applications. I'm like, what? How am I going to exist? You know what I'm saying, man? You rocked our world.
Well, yeah, if you have a business, and this is any business, by the way, if you have an entity, LLC, S Corp, nonprofit, church, it doesn't matter. You want to and can build a business financial profile, a business financial resume is what I like to coin it. Whereas now, you do not have to use your personal credit. Most people don't know that everywhere you spend money, everywhere, Walmart, Rooms Ago, Best Buy, everywhere, they have corporate accounts. They have corporate accounts. Okay, I give an example. I had a flat tire. I went to Discount Tires and I opened a corporate account, not a personal. Everywhere you spend money personally, they have corporate accounts. So what does that mean? That means if you have a business, that a Dun and Bradstreet number is like a social security number, but it's for the business. Most people don't even know what this number is. They have one, but they don't know what it is. They don't know what it's for, but it's for your business. It's like your social for you to get loans, leases, lines of credit, or just regular things you need to run and operate your business and not always have to use your personal credit to do it. That's what this number is designed for. So with your entity, with this number, this is how you build wealth. Understand that no one's ever built wealth under their personal credit. It's not going to happen. It's what they, and what I mean by them is the wealthy, put in place to keep Main Street on that continuum. But you don't have to use your personal credit. You can use your Dun and Bradstreet number for your business instead of your personal.
Orlando, talk about that Main Street. I've said in quite a few of your sessions, I'm like, this guy's talking. We are Main Street, and they are, who they are. Talk about that for a little bit. And yeah, let's go there for a little bit. The Main Street mentality versus that corporate mentality.
Oh, great. Thank you for that. And these guys that understand all my over 40 years of being in business, of living the corporate lifestyle. That's what I teach, the corporate lifestyle, where everything you do applies to your business. Everything, your mortgage, your life bill, everything can benefit your business when you live the corporate lifestyle. But what I mean by that is that you've heard the term, I guess, poor, middle class, and then upper class or rich or whatever. I divided into two categories: wealthy and Main Street. Main Street consists of everyone that did not have generational wealth.
Okay.
Wealth is corporate. Personal is debt. There's only thing that is, there's no positive thing that you can do personal. There's no gain, there's no increase, there's no bound, there's no investment. There's no such thing as an investment under your personal. Everything you do is debt, you see? So I kind of, I'm sorry, got off a little bit right there. I went down another road. But the question was, again, I do apologize.
Yeah, the difference between us as Main Street and them.
Oh, yes, the Main Street. Okay, so and guys, this is the not scripted or anything. We're just hanging out. But for my definition is typically we all have to change the way we look at money and finance. Okay, why? Because we never knew anything about it in the first place. Understand that. Just because you have money doesn't mean you know anything about it. You don't know how the tool, the instrument. Currency is an instrument. It's a financial instrument. It's a tool. It is a wealth tool. So if you do not know how to use the tool, you can't use a hammer as a screwdriver. It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much you pray to the Lord for this screwdriver, it's not going to work as a hammer. Okay? Yeah. So just as a tool, money, finance is a tool, it has a purpose. It was created, designed for a particular job, and that is to create more. The only purpose of currency is to create more. Understand, as a tool, as an instrument, its only design and purpose is to create more. We personally put limitations and how much money is too much money and all these kind of ideas, but as an instrument, it's like saying how much hammering is too much hammering. It's an instrument. It's what it's created for. Currency is created to create more currency. Okay? So, wealth, they understand this. How do they understand this? It's typically it was passed down through the generations. Not just the money, the real estate, not just all of these things, but the literacy, the financial literacy part, the knowledge of how to leverage the tool to do what it was created for, and that is to create more.
So if I'm not leveraging, I'm not doing the tool justice.
You're not doing anything. Understand? And you can only leverage through a business. You cannot leverage anything through personal because everything, why do you think they call Main Street consumers? You consume everything. Everything is a negative. Your house is not an investment. As long as you're living in it, it is personal debt. In order for it to be an investment, you have to either sell it, hopefully for a profit, or rent it out as a revenue stream. But if you're living in it and the roof or anything goes wrong, that's coming out of your personal pocket, your personal insurance or whatever, that's personal. But that doesn't have to be that way. Your house, your car, everything could be in your corporation name. And that's what I show you how to do. Live the corporate lifestyle where everything goes through that. And now you see things as if I want it, not if I can get it. You understand when you go to an investor or lender or someone who just wants to do business with you, they want to see something on your business. They don't care about your 900 personal credit score. This is business funding. This is a business transaction. They do not care about your personal credit. Understand, you can have the best personal credit in the world. So what?
Super hyped. Man, I'm there.
Yeah, and that's one of the beliefs that people have, that their life is over if their personal credit is bad. No one wants to marry them and all this nonsense. And it's just the opposite. The best personal credit in the world, 900. Guess what? No one still wants to lend you money. No bank, no investor, no investor. You don't even want to lend people money. Okay? With a 900 credit score, okay, first of all, this is business funding, and we don't want your personal credit. But because you don't have any business profile, we have to look at your personal credit. Okay, you twist our arms, but I don't want it. All right, but we're going to look at it. Now, you got to understand.
So if my credit score is 500,
right?
How can I build this corporate mentality? My score is 500, Orlando.
Because it has nothing to do with you. Your Dun & Bradstreet number has nothing to do with your tax ID, your EIN, and absolutely nothing to do with your personal Social Security number.
Wow.
Zero. You could be in a bankruptcy. Chapter 13, still making payments. You can have a 300, the worst personal credit score in the world. It doesn't matter. It has absolute, I help out people in bankruptcy all the time. Understand that bankruptcy is a financial instrument. People don't understand. There's nothing to be ashamed about. That's what they created bankruptcy for, is to discharge bad debt, not to stay upside down and a raggedy car and a bad house loan and time, all that stuff. No, that's what it's created for. It was not created for poor people. But because, again, lack of financial literacy, they don't understand how this is a financial tool, what it was created for.
So are you telling us that I can have a bad personal credit score and a good business score?
Okay. A business credit score is called a paydex score. A paydex score goes up to 100. That's the max it can go. 80 is considered a perfect score. 80 is equivalent to an 800 on your personal credit.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now, my platform can get you to the 80 and 30 to 45 days, no matter what your personal credit is like. Okay. You don't care what your personal credit is. But let me back up just a few minutes. There's one thing I want to land home here. Sure. To understand, even with a 900 credit score, no one wants to lend you money. I want to go back there before we go on, because I want the audience to understand, and hopefully want me to come back and ask and do more. But the reason why is, even with a 900 credit score, if you look at everything that's on your personal credit, all the accounts you had in the past and inquiries, the accounts you have now, and the ones you're going to get, you plan in the future. I'm going to get this car as soon as my credit, you planning already. How many are going to make you any money?
No.
None.
None. Yeah.
So why would anybody lend you any money? Isn't this what they're looking at? Yep. They're looking at your Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, which, by the way, guys, they're only a data processing company. They're nothing official. They're a data processing company. The data they process is your personal debt payment history. Your personal debt payment history. That's all they are. Okay. So I'm looking at your personal debt payment history, your Equifax Experience. You got shoes, appliances, plastic surgery. You got trips. You got a junk, garbage. Ooh. It's a 900 though. Wait. But this is what the bank is looking at. So there's nothing on there that tells them, one, that you're responsible with money, and two, how are they going to get their money back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So why would they lend you any money?
See, we go to the bank not even knowing how the bank is looking at us. Going back to what you said about financial literacy. We go in there, man, I'm excited. I believe I'm going to get this loan.
Yeah, you ain't got a chance before you walked in the door. Or filled out the application. They have one chance. A lot of people don't even have chances in compliance. You know, people that set up a business, set up an entity, because just because you have an entity don't mean you have a business. Most people are playing business. They don't have a real business, they ain't gonna make a dime. Just understand that. Okay. But an entity is and again, I've worked with, I've worked with you, churches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We do, through this gentleman's work, I have talked in front of bishops and pastors and getting them to understand they do not have to be a personal guarantor for the church. You can build a corporate profile. You can't be an example of Joel Osteen or TD Jakes or any of those big guys. They're corporations. They're way past their personal. There's three things that our community, which we have a community of power, guys. All of you guys are welcome. Get in touch with us. We have a community of power. Power to the definition of the ability to get things done. The ability to get things done. That is where it's at, not the money, the ability to get things done. There are tons of people that have cash and have no power, no ability to get things done. We go by 3 principles. Number 1, God gives us the ability to create wealth. He gives you that ability. By doing his will, he will facilitate everything you need to do it and overflow it. And that overflow is where we're blessed to be a blessing. That's where that stewardness comes in. That's where you have a blessing in you. I have a blessing in me. Unless we come together in love, there's no exchange of the blessing. You stay where you at. See, God is together. Everything is, that comes to our number 2 thing. No one has ever built wealth alone. It's not going to happen.
Even God doesn't. That's what got me sitting in your class too. And by the way, you all, you gotta come to that Tuesday night session that he has and Thursday night. You're gonna, oh my God, you're gonna want to drop everything else to sit at this man's feet and learn what he has been learning, teaching for the last 30, 40 years. I'm telling you. I mean, I can sit there and listen to the same thing over and over, and it seems like that same thing is new. I'm like, how can that happen? It's just that enriching.
30 plus years in studying this, I'm just scratching the surface, guys. I'm just letting you know how deep and wide this is. I got enough for my fingernail. 30 years dedicated, teaching university, college, churches all over. I just got a nail full of how deep and wide this is. Again, corporate credit, a corporate profile. Let me explain what a profile is, guys, so you can understand the difference in what's on internet as business credit. It's not business credit. Let me explain what they mean, what business credit means within a corporate profile. When you go for funding, when you go for do business, the lender, the bank wants to see something on your business, how you pay your vendors, how you pay your suppliers. Does your business need anything? Tell me the story of your business. Don't care about your personal. Okay. Now, we build Business Equifax, Business Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet. Most people don't know that Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, there's 6 different profiles. 6. Business is a profile, personal is a bureau. There's 6 different ones. Most people don't know Equifax, Experian, TransUnion has one for the business, and it has nothing to do with your Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion on your personal. 0. Okay? Nothing to do with it. I know I got off track again. Sometimes I do that. But as I do this, and yes, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m., we have a wealth conversation, guys. We have a wealth conversation. Whereas if you have what you say, it's a God's principle, and no one's in your sphere of influence, your sphere of influence, which is a major part of building wealth, then how are you going to have it? You're not saying it. No one in your group or in your environment is saying it. Where's it going to come from? So we talk about these things because that's what wealthy people do. You see? So on Tuesday and Thursday, we get together and we have a conversation like this. This is a conversation. It's not a presentation. So we talk and we ask questions and we eat and we have a good time. Iron sharpens iron. All of us are subject matter experts in our own field. So again, back to no one could build wealth alone. God didn't make one tree. After Adam, he had to give me. You see, everything is in multiple. Go forth and multiply.
Yeah.
Even on the internet, what is it about? How many likes?
Yeah. Come on.
So again, it's if your idea that you can my truth and my way, and you're only as strong as the people you surround yourself with. The oldest cliche that is true. Cliches have some sort of evidence. And number 3, no one's ever done it at their personal credit. So we really break these things apart. Well, I was talking about corporate profile. I'm sorry. That when they go, they want to see how you pay your vendors and all these sort of things. What is in that profile? Cash transactions, barter, trade, credit, stocks, bonds, real estate, hard assets, liquid assets, vehicles. You got any lease? You got any? All of that goes into a profile in order to for a lender to decide if they want to do business with you. The business credit is just one check off of a bunch.
Wow.
This business credit that they're talking about on the internet, it's only going to get you so far. You get a gas card, but you're not going anywhere. So what you need a gas card for your business? You got a credit card, but your business is not doing any business. So all you did was turn business funding into what? Personal debt.
Yeah, yeah. Man, just getting the mind straight, framing the house. We're going to have to even get you back, man, to talk about building these spheres of influence. But that's the thing that I liked from the beginning. It's like, man, you took my head and turned it or something, put another mentality inside of my thinking, and it mesmerized me.
Well, you've been doing awesome with the profile. By the way, guys, he's been on my platform for years and years and years, and we have different tiers to building a platform. He's got the gas cards. He's gotten accounts. His profile is higher than the 80, as a matter of fact. So I teach you how to actually build the profile, not to score anyone. You can spend $10 on 3 accounts and get an 80 paydex score. That's like, what's the rest of the profile? What else does it say?
To make this practical, I'll never forget after one of your teachings, I rode by Lowe's, I believe it was, just stopped in to, go and check out some items. And there were these workers out front saying, hey, would you like to get a card? Would you like to get a credit card? I said, no, do you do corporate? Can I get a corporate card? They paused and looked at me like I was from Mars, like, yes, you can. I'm like, this is what Orlando had taught us. Don't go asking for something to put in your personal. But right. Because all he had taught me, he had changed my thinking from personal to corporate thinking. I knew what to ask. And it was in a matter of moments.
And these accounts are large, guys. Understand, corporate is not personal. When you go get your phone line, your cell phone lines into your business, they're going to try to give you 20 lines. These are corporate accounts. Yeah, most people don't think big enough. Corporate puts the shuttle on the moon. No one co-signed or put their social for the shuttle. No one co-signs for a bridge. That is how big and large this is. So even the people on the internet talking about business credit, that is really not even on the radar of how powerful and how big these corporate profiles, the house, this chair, these clothes everywhere, that even the audience where you're sitting, standing, no one co-signed for your house. No personal credit is on your automobile but yours. But the manufacturer, the one signed it, the manufacturer is that.
So
personal.
So Orlando, the corporate mentality is really the godlike mentality. That's what we got.
Where?
The Godhead is a corporate-minded Godhead.
Right. And when you even think about that, that is how many heavens? Look how you're talking about corporate on the spiritual level. That's how big that is.
Wow. So if I don't have, or if we don't have or if we're not developing a corporate mentality,
right,
our vision is too small.
It's too small. You're never gonna. I hate to say never gonna reach it. There are exceptions, and there are, but you can't build your business plan on exception. You gotta understand, guys. These are the way they build wealth. I'm talking about the wealthy. And understand, it doesn't matter what color, what country, what your last name is. The bank doesn't care what your last name, or because the corporation is on there, not you. Remember, there's people from all over the world that have businesses that are getting money right here in the United States. They don't live here. This is corporate, not personal. You don't have to be a citizen to open a business here. No. To make money here? No. because it's business. You understand? As a tool, banks will always lend money to businesses to do more business. They're not going to lend you money for anything because you're not going to do anything with it. How do they know that? They just look at your credit bureau.
Yeah.
What evidence you have? I don't know. Well,
now, Orlando, man, you're taking me back to the hillbillies, man. That was one of those, because Jed and Granny and Jethro and Ellie are not understanding how the rest of society is looking at them.
Right.
We need to understand how the institutions are looking at us, but we got to get dressed up. And let me share something with you all. I know you've been stirred like I was stirred. You got to come to this guy's classes and let him dress you up for your dream. You can't yourself. Who taught you about corporate profiles? Who taught you about money? That's the thing that I began to learn. So I got to sit at this feet. I had to go to this guy's mental clothing store.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
My mind up so I could be ready for increase, for wealth, as I believe that God wants me to have it. But you got to let him tailor you. And he has a program to where he can tailor it to you specifically. And Orlando, if you could give the audience how to get to that class. Well, let me just rephrase it for the sake of this podcast. How to get to your clothing store.
Well, first of all, can I put my information in the chat? Well, no one wants to see it anyway, because this is going to be a podcast, right? The chat, should I say. Yeah. My contact information, my name is Orlando Nelson.
You can put it there. Yeah, you can put it there.
And best way to reach me is to call me directly, guys. And I'll leave my email as well. But my number is 678-683-0222. 678-683-0222. I'm going to put it in the chat in my email as well. If you want some literature on what corporate credit is and how it can benefit you, I have an ebook, PowerPoint, some basic information I can send. My philosophy is the more you know, the more we can do together. Understand, guys, you build wealth. Build. It's a stew, not a microwave. Riches are not sustainable. Riches are not sustainable. Only wealth is generational. If you say you want to leave for your children's children, that can only be done through wealth, through a corporation, through a trust, through a nonprofit, not personally. It cannot, because, and understand that you never, ever, ever know enough about money. Because the more you make, the more you have to learn in order to how to leverage it to produce more. It's a never-ending learning curve. Why do you think people have billions, they're trying to get trillions? Because that's how the instrument works. And if you have not studied this is a study. You know, most people will pay money to study all this stuff, but not take one class on money and finance. Or how about the guys say, oh, I've made $1 million or $2 million. It's no money, by the way, but it's now that's like 100 grand. But now you can't tell them nothing about their money. Just because you made it, you gotta understand, just because you have it, now you have to learn how to keep. If you have $1 million and you spend 1 cent, you're not a millionaire anymore. Now the job is maintaining millionaire status. How do you do that? You have to leverage it, the tool, for what it's created for, and that's to create more. By doing that, the houses, the cars, and all those things come as benefits of knowing how to use the tool.
Man, that
let me put my name and stuff in. I'm sorry, guys.
Man, I'm telling you, now you all see why I try to stay close with this guy. because he is loaded. God has gifted this guy to help us get dressed up for what we dream about. Let me say that again. We've got to get dressed up for what we dream about. And this is nothing new. Esther had to get dressed up to go before the king. Joseph had to get dressed up from his prison mentality. And we've been imprisoned in concepts that block the wealth flow. And we've got to get out of those prisons. And God has sent an individual like Orlando Nelson to help us get out, stay out, and build that we can pass on to the next generation. Orlando, man, this has been so great, man. You are so loaded with it. You keep me on the edge of my seat. I'm leery sometimes of getting on his program on Tuesday night because I know when I listen, I'm not going to want to go to sleep.
We have talked afterwards.
Up so much. I mean, who wants to go to sleep after listening to Orlando? But if you could give them, once again, the audience, how they can reach out to you. I know you put
Yes.
it, but if you could.
I put it in the chat, but let me say again, my phone number, which is the best way to reach me, is 678-683-0222. 678-683-0222. My email, we just go ahead and say, is infollc2025@gmail.com. infollc2025@gmail.com. Text me, email me your name, number, and email. I'll be happy to send the information, send you the Zoom link, and invite your kids. We work with parents and the kids from 8 to 13 years old, open a corporation with them, teaching them so that you can start your future generational wealth path. We may have didn't have it, but are you going to be the one to start your future generational wealth path? You can only do that through a corporation. So, and I thank you very much, sir, for allowing me to come on and have a conversation with you on your show. You're always showing up on mine. I always say, hey, man, I want to come and come on yours. I thank you very much. And anytime you need me, just let me know. And guys, you're working with a fantastic, not only business owner, not only spiritual leader, but a really good person, true heart person. Okay. You know, we like to separate business and personal, everything, even living a corporate lifestyle where everything focuses through your business. I just wanted to let you guys know this is a genuine gentleman, and I thank you very much.
Well, I want to say to all of those that are watching us, go ahead and reach out to him quick. Get that information. It's going to set you aflame to a whole nother level. So go ahead and reach out to Orlando, and trust me, what you've heard today is, like he said, is just a little bit of all the stuff, the information that's on the inside. Again, Orlando, man, I appreciate the friendship and how we've been in there with this thing together in life for the last 7 or 8 years. And I can only see that the best is yet to come. And I got so much appreciation for what you do and how you empower people. If there's anything that we all need to do, we need to get out of the hillbilly mentality. All right. So thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the Next Up podcast. All right. We're going to look forward to seeing you. Yes, you and you next time on Next Up. God bless. Have a great day.